So, ladies and gentlemen, we have some really awesome news in this episode. Of course, we're going to talk about how Arsenal have shortlisted some of the strikers. Yes, are really preparing to buy a new striker in the next transfer window. And they're serious, and most importantly, Stan Kroenke would like to fund the whole transfer for a striker. And who have Arsenal lined up? You can actually see the names already flashing on the screen. But what is the update? So Mark Irvine reports that Arteta is looking to let go Lacazette, and he will be replaced by someone who's really good in a lot of departments. And two players have already been shortlisted. So England internationals Dominic Calvert-Lewin and Ollie Watkins have both been mentioned as potential replacements. Now we all know what is wrong with Lacazette. No new contract can be afforded or provided. So Arsenal going on with a new, striker up front. So talking about more stuff, Dominic Calvert-Lewin, who's 24 years of age, and Ollie Watkins is 25 years of age. Probably the perfect age that Arsenal are looking up to sign new players. So since Dominic Calvert-Lewin signed a new Goodison Park deal worth 75k a week last year, so it would cost somewhere around more than 50 million pounds for Arsenal to get him. And that would represent a massive profit for Everton, who only paid 2.4 million to sign Dominic Calvert-Lewin from Sheffield United 5 years ago. Aston Villa paid 28 million for Watkins to Brentford. So I don't know they are in any mood to sell, especially what happened, the fight of Emi Buendia. Probably not anything mutual. Then Emi Martinez went to Aston Villa, so we have some good relationship. But to take away Ollie Watkins, I don't know. Ollie Watkins need to put pressure on Aston Villa to let him go. So Stan Kroenke is definitely prepared to back Arteta with further recruitment funds for an established goal scorer to challenge, and that person would eventually replace Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. So that is also the case, ladies and gentlemen. So Arsenal looking for long-term strikers, and two of the options. One of them is Dominic Calvert-Lewin, and another one is Ollie Watkins. Let me know in the comments which one would be good, Ollie Watkins or Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Which one would you prefer? If you ask me, both are really good. Dominic Calvert-Lewin has a presence in the air which I love. So I would, I'm actually tilting towards Dominic Calvert-Lewin. For some weird reason, I don't know, man. I believe it's for me it's Dominic Calvert-Lewin. So according to Sport Witness, Arsenal are very much interested in signing Valencia player Gonzalo Guedes. So Gonzalo Guedes is very much on the radar for Arsenal and Liverpool, for that matter. Well, Wolves have also been linked with the player, of course, not because he has a Portuguese passport, not just because he's a Portuguese player, but yes, that is also one of the reasons. He's a very interesting player, and let's see if he is going to get bought in by someone or not. So Sven Mislintat has opened up about revealed everything about how Stuttgart can sign Dinos Mavropanos, or how exactly they have had a conversation with Arsenal about purchasing Konstantinos Mavropanos on a permanent deal. So he's on a season-long loan to Stuttgart from Arsenal. So Mislintat has announced that the deal includes a permanent option. He says, we have a purchase obligation of 3 million euros if we are to remain in the league. So that totally depends if they not get relegated. If not getting relegated, then yes, 3 million euros is the price tag. And the loan fee is around half a million. Half a million euros is the loan fee up front. So he says in both cases we could have the chance to take him. I think it's pretty clear what's going to happen to him. The Greek centre back was on loan, and yes, so that's the update, ladies and gentlemen. So Sven Mislintat makes it pretty much clear. I think they love him. He scored a wonderful goal. It was a really good goal. Made a run and finished it like a boss. So I'm pretty much sure they're very much impressed. The other day I made an episode wherein I spoke about how his coach has also praised him for whatever he's bringing to the table to the team. So there's nothing to worry about. Yeah, Dinos Mavropanos is definitely leaving Arsenal for sure. Moving on, so another verdict on Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. Gabriel Agban Lahore believes Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang would be performing better if he was in talks over a new contract at Arsenal. Let's hear him out. He says, "You can't just keep someone on the pitch if they are not performing. It's different with Ronaldo because he's one of the greatest ever players, but Aubameyang was poor. He wasn't holding the ball up. It didn't look like he had that pace to get in behind that Brighton defense, and it was the right call to bring him off. When you're looking for a new contract, there is no lie. Your performances are going to go up. Once the contract is signed, naturally you are going to take it down a gear. At least that's what you can see in Aubameyang's performances since he has signed that contract. Where's the hunger?" On Saturday, he says, "Where's the hunger? Say if he was still negotiating his contract for 300k a week, let's be honest, if he was still negotiating a contract, he would have got a better performance 1000% against Brighton." So, unbelievable to say that, and unbelievable to see the performance that we are seeing from our captain, Captain Fantastic, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. Will he change? Of course he has to, man. Of course he has some great performances, but to perform the way he did only in the North London derby, that's not how you are going to challenge for the Champions League. That's not how you challenge for the title, even if you're thinking of challenging for the title. So, if you behave as if you've given up on the title and the top four or the top six, I mean, you got to perform as you are performing, man. It's a big, long road ahead, and I just can't be accepting these kind of performances from my captain. He needs to step up. Of course, he needs to. He knows that as well. So, Daniel Ballard has admitted his goal is to one day break into the first team at the Emirates Stadium. He says, "Yeah, I think that's got to be the goal. Of course, I'm fully focused on staying in this Millwall team and working extremely hard. I want to get as much game time as possible and help Millwall win every game possible. But of course, there's an end goal. Whether it be next year or 2, 3 years, I think the main goal is to play for Arsenal." Ballard also spoke about Saka. He says, "He's just an amazing character. Certainly the nicest footballer I've ever met. He's such a genuine, hardworking person. What you see in glimpses is exactly what he's like. It's not show, it's not acting. He's probably one of the Arsenal's best players, and he's shown that again this season." So, love to see that Daniel Ballard is the kind of player that would want to break into that Arsenal 11. Why not? I mean, of course he can. See what happened with Emil Smith Rowe, what happened with Bukayo Saka, and what's happening with other youngsters that are also in line to get into Arsenal's 11. Charlie Patino, Miguel Aziz, lots of youngsters. Yeah, Tim Akinola is there. So lots of Marcelo Flores, lot of youngsters that are Omari Hutchinson. These guys are ballers, and I'm pretty much sure at one point of time they're expecting to play for Arsenal at one point of their career, and so are the fans. Even I'm expecting them to do that. So, Rio Ferdinand has spoken about Sterling. He says that Sterling should leave Manchester City, or he could leave Manchester City, if the struggle continues. So, Ferdinand says, "I'll say it now. If it continues like this for Raheem won't be there next season, I don't think, because he can't sit and afford to wait around. I don't think he's that type of guy. He's a winner. Tottenham can't get in the mix. Arsenal can't get in the mix for a Sterling right now." He also says that, "Do you know how many incredible successes we had in the last seasons? Yeah, impossible without Raheem. He's such an important player." This is what Guardiola said last month about him. And he also said that, "But I'm here to tell them he reached an incredible high standard, and I have to tell him that this is the standard we need for you, for all of us. And I'm pretty sure he'll get it. If he's able to do it, he will do it. And I'm so optimistic that he will do a great season." Well, we just hope that might be the case. So, Arsenal are in line to provide another new contract for Tim Akinola. So, they're expected to trigger an option in Tim Akinola's contract, which will ensure his contract does not expire next summer. The 20-year-old has been training regularly with Arsenal first team this season after joining from Huddersfield last summer. Akinola played regular for the under-23s last season, and his current contract expires in next summer. However, there is an option in his contract which can allow Arsenal to extend his deal beyond June of next year. Alongside Charlie Patino, it was expected that Akinola would be named in the recent Arsenal squad for AFC Wimbledon in the Carabao Cup, but a late request from Thomas Partey saw the youngster drop out. So Partey wanted to play the whole of 90 minutes and get that match fitness, and that's the whole reason why he was not named. So, of course, Akinola is in line to join in and definitely succeed at Arsenal. That's the reason why he was signed in the first place as well. So with this, I'd like to end this episode. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you seek daily Arsenal content, best place to be. Consider subscribing. I will see you in the next one. Until then, cheers.